was in Kenosha County today.
The way that he was describing what his role was seemed very detached from the way that he was being perceived. And so that's what I mean when I say he seemed very naive.
Rittenhouse is heard on McGinnis's video saying medical as he walked through the crowd. Tonight, the Wisconsin lieutenant governor reacted to the charges and why Rittenhouse was even in Kenosha.
These armed men who have no connection to even this state, they're guys from our town. So think about how ridiculous that is. Who is he accountable to? Nobody. And for him to even be able to shoot somebody and still walk away from the scene, I mean, you know, they talked about finding a knife inside of the car, not even on Jacob Blake's person, but this guy's carrying around a long gun, killed somebody, just walking freely, was able to get back home to Illinois.
Found not guilty, but only a complete moron would celebrate this clear tragedy by making this guy a hero. Enter Florida congressman and man demanding to know why he's being kicked out of this Sweet 16 party, Matt Gaetz. After the verdict, Gaetz tweeted, "Not guilty!" Of course, Gaetz has a vested interest in juries finding people not guilty, especially when it involves a 17-year-old crossing state lines. In other news,
I know I said this Kyle Rittenhouse situation ain't even none of our business, right? But I also want y'all to pay attention to how the conservatives and other people are upholding what this young man did. I'm gonna see how it's no issues. It's nothing to like, oh my God, there's so much violence in the city or so much violence in the country. We ain't getting none of that, man. They are praising this man for doing what he did. Let's say it was self-defense. But when we self-defend in our communities, let's see us get praised too, just like they get praised for defending ourselves in dangerous situations in the hood, in our community.
Spotlight after his acquittal for killing 2 people and injuring a third during last summer's violence in Kenosha. He's now booked to speak at an event this weekend called Freedom Fest. It's a right-wing political conference, bills itself as a 4-day, quote, celebration of our constitutional rights and freedoms. Other speakers include Fox News hosts, Republican politicians.
I know I'm not the smartest apple in the motherfucking bunch. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but please help me understand why they wouldn't be honoring a veteran of one of the wars or somebody from a current war or whatever, somebody who's standing up for this country. No. They chose to honor and recognize Kyle Rittenhouse. Do y'all understand what this telling other young teenagers of the same persuasion as this young man of the European persuasion? It's like y'all telling them, you can take guns across the state line if something going on. Call yourself a defender. I wonder if the Bloods and the Crips and the GDs and the Vice Lords and the Stones, everybody was to get together and just say every time something happening, we're going to cross the state line with our guns and go and try to render aid or play like we helping people, walk around with water and shit and just kill people. I wonder what this country, I wonder what they honor us. I wonder what the conservatives honor guys doing things like that if they weren't European. Yeah, we know what down says.